I want to just finish by saying three things. One, I want to support George Khaniri, Senator. We need to have thorough investigation on everything that is questionable. It does not presume guilt on anyone to have thorough investigation. And I offer to buy the torch, Khaniri, in that respect. Because the truth is important. And the truth is not presumption of guilt on anyone. Second thing is, for those of us, especially, let us be each other's brothers' keeper and sisters' keeper. And especially David Morade, those of us from the Uji and Chai Society, let us be each other's brothers and sisters' keeper, because it is important that we look after each other, especially when we are on that journey. And finally, to the Mulembe Nation, if there was one man who loved his community, it was Cyrus Jirongo.
Thank you. It's not easy to stand here to talk about a beloved, so I will read my tribute. Today we gather here with heavy hearts in honor of the life of Cyrus, a beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, uncle, friend. Words are too small in moments like this. This is because of the pain of the sudden loss, because the pain of the sudden loss is deep and overwhelming. We did not expect to say goodbye so soon, and our hearts grieve with shock and silence of the absence he has left. Cyrus was larger than life. The tragedy that took him, the tragedy that took his life, he was a man who loved, who worked hard, who laughed, who dreamed huge, who cared deeply for those around him.
Dad, I am lost for words. I still can't believe you're gone. When I look back, there's always more we could have done together. I choose, however, to look at the good times, the life you lived, the memories we made. The girls are devastated. Your darling and your mom, they loved you so much, and they're still in shock. They remember you as a big, great man, larger than life, yet still the ever generous and happy grandpa. The breakfast and lunch dates you enjoyed together and the plans you had, no one can fill your shoes, but as their parents, will do our best to fulfill the plans you had for them and keep your memories alive as they grow. You are and will always be our father, our rock, our provider, our strength and shield. We're also sad. May you rest well and find peace and happiness in your next life. We're proud of you and thank you for everything.
I met Cyrus before he started, before his entry into politics. And in line with his character, he had come to the courts to bail out a friend, now a big shot in government. And in that process, because I too had gone to help that particular mutual friend, we got to know each other. Later we were to meet in Parliament. He was in government, we were in the opposition, but that did not stop our collaboration. We've collaborated with Cyrus in many political seasons. Moses Kuria mentioned some of it in the runner-up to the 2022 elections. We were planning on collaborating moving forward. It's not going to stop. I say aluta continua. And I want to say something maybe that has not been mentioned. Cyrus had concerns about his safety. He was actually making arrangements to better secure himself. This accident came before that time. So those questions will linger. But for now, we stand with the family.
Then he laughed, ha, ha, ha. Then I said to him, happy holidays. And he wrote back to me and said, "Same to you, my brother." That was a day before the accident. I was wishing him happy holidays. I'm sure wherever he is, he's smiling down at us, because I know he has rested. And God, it's all in God's own time. People talk what could have happened. Also, we are not satisfied because we don't know. But you can either die of old age, like Amos Wako, we will die out of old age. You can die out of sickness, correct? You can die out of an accident, correct? Or you can even commit suicide. Lakini hiyo siku ambayo Mungu amesema, hata kama ni kuuawa, even if you're killed, that is only one way of dying. So we do.
Yangbo, good morning, everyone. Okay. My name is Guodong. Jilongo will call me Adongo. Yeah. I've known him for many years. He's a brother, he's his partner, and a friend. He even to advise me, "You are now African Chinese brother, shall get more wives." So I share dreams, struggling, and victories. Build not just the business, but born rooted in loyalty and trust. I have lost a brother in friendship and a partner in purpose. Although my friend is gone, but his voice, guidance, and spirit remain on us, remain with us. This is why we have a brother, Ms. Daga, the chairman and board for our Libyan business, and his brother, Amida.
I think Cyrus is one of the most misunderstood people. But those of us who knew him and understood him and understood the energy and the character, know that we have lost a visionary leader. It's not so much about business. Cyrus worked out big deals. Some real, some in the sky. But give him a pen and a paper, and he would craft for you a multi-billion-dollar deal. I know for a fact he was already working on some. Gordon, my friend, you know what we were doing? He talked to me about what they were planning to do in terms of the reconstruction of Libya, his project in Ruai, carbon credits with Museveni. So, over and above that, he loved that this country be.
Talking about generosity of Cyrus, I saw it firsthand. I was told then that the richest Luya man was a man called Ambwere. But then I was told at that time the richest man was no longer Ambwere. There's a young man who has come, and he's very rich. That he even has a certain note, 500 shilling note named after him. He's called Jirongo. And that he was a political genius and a mobilizer who was helping Moi face a very resurgent opposition. It was a first multi-party election, and this man was called Jirongo. I was very surprised that though he was in Kanu and he was Moi's right-hand man, Jirongo still had friends across the political aisle. He would come and speak to my late brother. He would come and speak to Masinde Muliro. He was not actually limited by political boundaries. And this is how Jirongo lived his life. And that is why in this congregation you could see people across the political aisle. He did not know any borders. In fact, if he was a doctor, he would have been one of those Medicinal Sans Frontiers, doctors without borders. He did not respect the border of tribe or religion or region. He cut across. And I would like us, particularly those of us who are from the Mlembe Nation who are here today, if there is one thing we can pick from Cyrus, the greatest honor we can bestow upon this man is to fight for what he fought for most, Luya unity, the unity of the Mlembe Nation. And in so doing, we must rise above our petty politics. We must remember the words of Abraham Lincoln, who said, though we are politicians, we are not enemies, we are competitors. And that though passions may strain the bonds of affection, they must not break because of politics. That is how Cyrus lived his life. He worked with the opposition, he worked with government, but he reached out to all to unite not just the Mlembe Nation, but the greater Kenyan nation. So as we go forth, let us borrow a leaf from this leader from our region, and let us carry on the fight to ensure that, as Moses Kuria has said, the Luya Cinderella finds her beauty, and that beauty lies in the unity that Cyrus fought for.
Nang talaga toast